food, water, Jesus, working out. Those are the things I could not live without. But everybody thinks you're going to be so much happier whenever you get nicer things. And sometimes I feel like it's almost easier to be happier the less nicer things are. And I want to explain. Yo, what up guys? Day 15, walks with Cody and Cody. Just got done with a 6-hour meeting. Oh my gosh, 6-hour meeting. It's Monday. So 6-hour meeting. On Mondays, we go over every single property that we have, and we go over like communication with everyone. A lot of times there's some stuff that we missed, stuff that we forgot, stuff that we need to do. You know, there's a lot of phone calls and stuff in between, so it's always interesting. So it's 3 o'clock, just got done going for a walk real quick, and then honestly now I got to go and do a bunch more stuff. I have like private money I need to figure out that for closings this Wednesday, and it's a lot of fun paperwork, so that's where we're at today, baby.
Dang, it's sunny.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking warm.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Warm.
Yes, sir.
What's one thing you cannot live without? What's one thing you cannot live without?
One thing I could not live without. That's a loaded question, man. Food, water, Jesus, working out.
Necessities right there.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, those are like the necessities for me. If I didn't have those things, I don't think I'd be able to live. It's crazy how much I feel like I need all those things, especially when I'm in a moment of stress. I feel like I've honestly been stressed out lately, and like whenever I feel like you're really, really stressed, you go lean back on certain things. And a lot of times what I lean back on is like Jesus, and get closer with God whenever I'm going through a lot of stressful times. And then I go lean into working out. It's like the only time I feel a little bit better. It's so weird though, because even like yesterday I started like getting emotional at the gym. So it's so weird because I'm like listening to music and stuff, and I'm just like about to start crying while I'm just like lifting. And I'm like, dude, these people have no idea. Like, it's so funny because they have no idea, but like it's so crazy how, yeah, whenever I'm just stressed out, that's, you kind of fall back on those things. A lot of other people fall back on, you know, food and drinking and stuff too, but you know, I'm usually pretty decent with food, like still wanting to take care of my body and eating healthy even when I'm stressed out. I will say that like I drink more wine here lately, which has been interesting. It helps like me calm down, and so I've been drinking wine at night. Not going crazy, but like a glass. Yeah, like a glass or two, which is still like, I don't know. I don't like to drink alcohol whenever I'm stressed, because I feel like that could be a coping mechanism that my mind and brain will go to. But also I'm like, well, let me like calm down and be in the moment and be present and stuff too. And it helps me when I am like kind of working through the different thoughts and emotions and be more honest with myself and stuff. So yeah, those are the things I could not live without.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, buddy.
I was just thinking about this earlier. I don't know why. If we lived back in the early 1800s, what would you be doing?
Early 1800s. Dude, I'd have been a freaking hunter for sure.
Yeah. I
would have been like or a builder. I feel like I could have built things, but I feel like I'd have been a hunter. That would have been fun. Or I wonder if they had warriors back then.
I don't know.
Like,
maybe.
Yeah.
I think that was like late 1800s. I know it was like, I guess the 1800s there was like Indians, and then there was just people like, you know, like Little House on the Prairie, and
yeah,
you know, like that kind of time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably be a farmer too, but I feel like I'd be like I'd be definitely a hunter. Be working out, running, chasing animals. Definitely have a sword.
It'd be crazy times, wouldn't it?
It's crazy how I feel like it'd almost be more simpler. I was talking about this concept with my friends over this last weekend, and it's an interesting concept, but everybody thinks you're going to be so much happier whenever you get nicer things. And sometimes I feel like it's almost easier to be happier the less nicer things are. And I want to explain with an analogy. If you got a piece of crap vehicle and it gets scratched, you're really not that upset. You know, like when that thing gets scratched. I remember Tony and I used to like spray paint the trucks, and like, dude, I was crazy. I would like, whenever I had my little silver Hyundai Accent, I would literally just run into shopping carts in the parking lot, because it was just fun. I didn't care. It was like a piece of crap. I bought the car for $400 or $500. Well, my dad bought me the Accent, but like my other vehicles, you know, bought for $400 or $500, so it didn't matter. Then when you get something nice that you spend a lot of money on, you're so worried about it getting damaged that like you almost conserve and you protect and like, you know, try to save it. So it's so interesting how our mind works. So I feel like it's almost nicer to not have as nice of things in some sense. Now, I'm not just saying like I'm not going to go for nice things, but my goal that I go after, that I want to be able to do, is have nice things and then also not care if it gets destroyed. Like I care, but then not have it be where it like affects my emotions so much, because it's the reason that it affects your emotions is the value that you place on whatever the object is, right? And so a lot of times we place the value of the object based on the price that we paid for it, which is just an interesting thing. And so something that I'm just really working through and working on, of like, do I actually want this stuff? Do I even need it? And then like just not attaching my emotions so much to it. But yeah, I think it almost is easier to live back in those times because you're more worried about survival, about just living, than you are about, I want to acquire these nice things, then I got to protect it, then I got to take care of it. Now I got responsibility around it. And it's like, it's so interesting how it does almost feel worse in some sense. It's very weird.
Yeah, the nice things you strived for back then was probably like some more horses and some animals,
Yep.
and a shelter.
Yeah.
So your family was safe.
More food,
Yeah.
planting more.
Yeah, that was the nice things back then. There was no cars, no mansions. Crazy
It is crazy.
just to think about 200 years ago.
100%, dude. Yeah, I think a lot about weird stuff, I feel like sometimes.
Me too.
It's like, yeah, like, I don't know. I've been contemplating life. I've been thinking about even selling everything. I'm like, oh man, should I just sell my car, sell my watches? That way I can show that I don't freaking care. But I don't know. I've been in a weird spot. Figuring out life, dude.
Yeah. What keeps you going?
I would say hope. I have a lot of hope and a positive future, and then purpose. Like I believe that God does have a plan and a reason. So that gives me a lot of hope for the future to keep going. And then yeah, just working through like remembering why you do what you do. And you don't always know, but I think it's at least something that's cool that we get to continue to ask.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's been interesting. Been in a weird spot, but it's gonna be good. I believe that too. Believe it's gonna be good. So yeah, just the belief that it is gonna be good. That there's a reason. And a lot of times what I've experienced is whenever I'm in that really low spot, it usually means that I'm on a dip and it's about to be in a really good spot. So just waiting for the rise. Day 15. See you guys. Peace. Love you.